Hello, good afternoon. How are you, Mwananachi?
I am well, thank you. How are you?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining.
Afternoon, Gilbert. Afternoon, Manas.
Great stuff. Thank you, Sandy, for joining as well. So we'll be starting just about now. Just give people 2 more minutes and then we begin. Thank you. All right. So good afternoon. Once more, everyone, thank you very much for joining in. My name is Gilbert Mwale, and I'm one of the team members at Agape Business Network. I'm joined in by several other colleagues. On the call, we have Iso as well. We also have Sunday, and I have Mr. Peter and Mr. Peter joining us in, and Mwananachi. I would like to hear from you just a quick greeting. Mwananachi and Peter, where are you joining us from?
I thought Peter was unmuted, so you'd go first, but I'll go first. So I'm joining from Kenya. Yeah, and my background is in research. I joined this session because it was shared on one of the WhatsApp group, and I'm interested in business, and so I thought it would be a nice opportunity to learn. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you very much for joining us. Peter, you can proceed. Okay, I think we lost Peter. So we'll proceed and just walk you through what Agape Business Network is all about. And this is simply an organization that is into equipping business people who could be both Christians or not. And though the principles of what we mostly train people on are Christian or biblical based. So it's primarily to build people for the purpose of kingdom impact or the world's impact, based on the knowledge that they would have learned on how to do their business in a way that pleases God. So I can see Mr. Peters joined in again. Would you like to quickly introduce yourself before I go in to the full presentation? Hello, Mr. Peter, are you here? I think, let me check if he has his, okay. So I think he's struggling with his microphone. So probably he obviously can't hear us. So we'll proceed and you'll probably see the slides and we'll share the remaining slides with him. Okay, so going forward, Agape Business Network, as indicated, is a Christian business training program, and the goal is simply to train entrepreneurs, and as I said earlier, equip them with wisdom, different strategies of doing business, and then as well as also lay a foundation for all the information that the students will be learning from the angle of the Bible, because we believe that from a lot of knowledge that we've been able to see happening, knowledge shared in various spaces, be it personal development books, as well as also strategic books and different types of materials that have been built for people to be able to grow and do what they do better, is that a lot of times you find that the underlying thought line, you find it as well in the Bible, stipulated either as a practice or as something that somebody actually said. So we've therefore thought that over time, having done businesses ourselves, which I'll get into, is that then what are some of those key principles that could actually be able to be used by people doing business to help them grow their businesses and have their businesses be of impact to the communities where they are found. So our goal is to be able to help you to provide, to become to have sustainable business growth as you equally look at doing what is called resting as a business owner. Is that from Genesis chapter 2, we notice that God created the heavens and the earth, and in the 6 days, he built multiple things, and on the seventh day, he rested. And from what we like to say is that he has been resting ever since. And why we believe that that is the case is that when you take a case study of the first 6 days to observe what is actually being created or made in the first 6 days, is that it explains why he would rest on the seventh day to date. In the 6 days, we notice that he built systems. He built what we see as the galactic systems. He built what we see as the rainfall cycle. He built, which helps us replenish, our waters from the ground all the way up to the sky, back to the ground, and continuously. It's been a loop for a very long time. We see that he has also put in man, as he created man, we see that he has made him with systems as well. Put inside of him a respiratory system, a reproductive system, put as well inside of him things like the neural system. And all these things, when you look at them from a holistic perspective, is that you see that God has made them by design. And by design, they are able to continue to grow and sustain themselves in a manner that is incredible. And we believe that he is at rest while that is going on. So how do we then get all these type of principles like the one I'm just from mentioning and put them up and make them into knowledge that we are able, or principles that we are able to use on a consistent basis for the success of our businesses? So Agape Business Network is a ministry expression of Worldwide Gospel Missions. So Worldwide Gospel Missions is an itinerant ministry that focuses on evangelism, discipleship, leadership training, organizational design, as well as also equipping people with business knowledge. And therefore, it is out of that 5 core activities that Worldwide Gospel Missions that the Agape Business Training Center mushrooms from. So we will now continue having further discussion or explanations exactly on Agape Business Network. So the calling of this particular institution or training center is that, firstly, is that we received divine revelation, or simply a cause that was brought to our hearts, was that God revealed to us his desire to equip his children with wealth. And that there's several conversations from time immemorial where people have spoken about what is called wealth transfer, where wealth be transferred from the wicked or ungodly to his children. Now, one of the things that was clearly shared with us was that that is not going to ever happen as long as those who are supposed to receive the wealth are not ready to manage it rightly, because God is not a wasteful God. He is not going to give anybody or allow anybody to receive resources or materials that they cannot be able to handle. Therefore, it is imperative that for those who are interested in participating in the group, in managing God's wealth for the purpose of growing his kingdom and growing themselves as a family, is that they will need to grow their capacity and their ability to manage this wealth. And wealth, as we all know, sometimes trickles to us through the businesses that we actually start. So the second picture that we were able to see that pushed us towards this is that we saw a time that was coming in the future, and we seem to be living in it already, because this was some years ago, a year or two ago, when we saw this, is that there was a time that was coming when the needs of people would actually grow. Now, the needs here not only just meant what people require, but it also meant that the people's pockets and their resources the money in their accounts would begin to dwindle or reduce. And what you may want to term in these current economic terms as a form of inflation, to the extent that whatever you have is no longer as much to buy whatever, how much you need out there. And that because of that, people will start struggling, people will start suffering. And in a place where there's still enough, is that we are supposed to come out there or go out there as a Agape Business Network and teach these people how to grow resources for God's work. And once they have grown the resources, is then that they will be able to actually keep themselves, their families, as well as also be a blessing or be of help to the communities where they are. We do all this based on biblical wisdom, as I earlier indicated, because our founders and all the team members of Agape Business Network are missionaries and as well as also business people. So we share the field and marketplace lessons because we have been on the ground and we have seen both sides, and we are looking at giving perspectives that would actually help other businesses in a professional way, a manner that will help you improve your business and help you achieve the goals that you may have. Guys, I've paused the recording. I would like to safely say that at this point in time, we are only us.
Yeah, I just noticed that as well. Is it a network issue or what's happened here?
Okay, it's quite difficult to tell. For the other gentleman, network issue, maybe. No, I don't think it was a network issue. It was the fact that he was joining in, but he was not joining in with his microphone. For the other lady who's doing research, she has jumped out for a reason I'm not yet sure of.
Okay, I can still see their names on there, but you can tell that they're not just active.
I've noticed that Mr. Peter is still trying to join in. I think he hasn't just clicked the audio part of Zoom where it says
Yes.
join in. Yeah, so probably hasn't dialed in. That's why he's unable to hear anything at the moment. I don't know if a message can be sent to him or something. Maybe that way he'll know what to do.
Let me see that.
And then just before you do that, Gilbert, I just wanted to find out from the responses of the emails that were coming in, how many people registered to participate in this meeting?
Okay. Just give me a second. Soon. Let me just confirm that. There's actually 19 people here. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. So I'm saying there's actually 19 people.
Okay.
Yeah, on the list.
Okay. So I'm just trying to think, could it be the timing as well? That probably some of them could be still, I know others may have joined and yet maybe they are at work or something, have registered or something. I do know of an individual that actually got in touch with me and said, I have registered. I want to get to hear what it is about. So I was expecting to see him. I've sent him a message, but I've just noticed offline right now. So I'm just still wondering whether it's the timing as well.
Yeah.
It would be good for us to just to get to know why people may have registered and yet have not joined the meeting.
Definitely. What can we do?
I've seen Mr. Peter is still trying to join in.
Mr. Peter has fought with that with that with the thing. So Peter Wambo. Do I have his contacts? So someone called Church Chanda is trying to join in now.
Okay.
So I'm going to allow them. Then I think we'll just ask that we. Hi, Chanda.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Sorry, I'm late. I thought it was at 2 and I joined at 2, but then I saw that it was 30 minutes after and I was driving. So.
I see. All right, sorry for that misunderstanding there. I think the poster was saying 2. The link was at 2:30.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
No worries.
All right, are you in a comfortable position now?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Just give us a second. We're trying to help one other person who's having a challenge with their microphone.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. And maybe while we're at that, you can just introduce yourself, your name and where you're joining us from, and maybe if you're running a business already or not, just kindly also share that and also tell us where you're doing that from. Thank you.
Okay. My name's Chachu. I'm from Lusaka and I'm calling from Lusaka. Um, my friend and I started a consumer insight company a few months ago. So we're just basically working on getting it off the ground and establishing rapport and integration with clients and just different partnerships. So that's basically where we're at.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Out of curiosity, Church, do you use Telegram?
So I work with a consumer insight company that's based in South Africa. And with that company, because we've had a number of clients that we've worked with. So yeah, we use Telegram. Oh no, I thought you were talking about Typeform. No, I don't use Telegram. Sorry.
Okay, but have you ever used Telegram?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. Uh, where did you see this advert?
On WhatsApp, on the WhatsApp group on Bongo Hive.
Bongo Hive, great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great. All right. So I think for your sake, I'll just take some few steps backwards and probably start a presentation. I've informed our other colleague, Mr. Peter, who keeps on joining in, I think, without a microphone. So we hope that he will be able to actually come back in. So just simply say rejoin and turn on microphone. Okay. Great. Just trying to assist him. Okay, so we'll pick it up. Okay. So thanks, Church. You will literally, if Mr. Peter doesn't come in, we will turn it into more like a conversation. And if you have any question at any point in time, please do stop me and I'll be able to respond to some of your queries or doubts. So first and foremost is that we need to be able to remember or understand that this is an information session on Agape Business Network. We are having the second cohort starting in June. And on this call is myself, Gilbert Mwale. I am one of the team members for Agape Business Network, and I'm on the call joined by Iso Chalema, who's also part of the team as well. So as Agape Business Network, we are very excited to be here and just being able to share more information with people and just let you know what we are up to. We are mostly up to the activity of simply equipping entrepreneurs with what we call biblical principles of running businesses and then seeing to it that they are able to impact the environment where they are, which for us, we call that kingdom impact. Now, we are open to training anybody, any people who are Christians, people who are not, think about it, or think about it, whatever it is, you are into entrepreneurship, our doors are open. The only thing that we just like to clarify is that we ourselves run the program from a Christian perspective as it being something that we can't separate ourselves from. So we are business people, we're business trainers who are also Christians. Now, having said that, I indicated it's a Christian business training program. It equips entrepreneurs with wisdom, strategy, and biblical foundations. We seek to look out to some knowledge that has been shared through people and principles that are seen in the Bible, because what we have noticed over time is that many books, seminars, conferences have been shared out there, and a lot of times the underlying knowledge in there, the wisdom that is being used, is usually principles from the Bible. So we are just going outrightly and frankly saying it out that whatever we are sharing in sales and marketing, in keeping records, and any of these other things has its root in there already. So Agape Business Network as a training center is a ministry expression of Worldwide Gospel Missions, and Worldwide Gospel Missions has a number of activities as an itinerant ministry whose main agenda is to run evangelism training, discipleship training, leadership, organizational design, and initially had a component of doing business support. And this is what has now fully fledged turned into Agape Business Network Training Center / consultation for those that need extra work done with them. Now, we are doing this primarily because of certain things that we feel God has shown us or revealed to us Number one, and these are things that we saw quite a long time ago, and we are now working into to see them achieved, is that a while ago, he revealed to us clearly that he has a desire to transfer wealth to his children. And this is written in multiple texts, and one of the key things written there is to say that to be wealth that will be transferred from the ungodly or the wicked to those who are godly, so that they can be able to use it to bless other people. The goal here is not that God hates the ungodly, but it's rather that when the righteous people, when people who have a good heart are the ones with resources, then you know that usually their tendency would be to be a blessing to other people. It would be to grow the work and impact of others in the society where they live and in the world at large. So the agenda of this, then the Lord put on our hearts, is to say that no one, including his children, will receive anything in form of resources in the event they themselves have not grown the capacity to manage these resources, because God is not wasteful, and he is not going to waste anything, even with his children. So we then have to equip ourselves with the right information, right knowledge for different things, for us to align ourselves to be able to carry along this work. Then number two is that we got to be revealed to as well that a time is coming when needs will grow. People's needs will grow. Now, this doesn't have to be primarily more of anything like a revealing per se, but there's some clarity in there, which is to say that while needs are growing, people's pockets or bank accounts or resources that they currently have will begin to shrink, and they'll start struggling to make ends meet. And therefore, that would cause a lot of despair. And to avoid that, or to combat against that, the Lord then said, go out and teach these people how to make their pockets grow much bigger. And as they do that, let them remember that these resources they are getting are for two things. One, to take care of themselves. Secondly, to be a blessing to the community and the world at large. And like I said, we do all this based on biblical wisdom, simply because our founders and all the other team members involved in this training are in some form missionaries, and as well as also business people. So they are not going to be reading the Bible and just quoting scriptures and expecting you to go and do things that they have never done. We have people who have more than 10, 15, 20 years of experience in the business space. They will share their field and marketplace lessons as you participate in these trainings. So now, who is this training targeted to? So we are really looking at anybody doing any form of business, be it you are into tech business, non-tech business, hardware business, any form of business that you may be doing, data business, information business, as Church has mentioned, any kind of business is welcome. The only thing we are asking for is that we would like to see that you are making a monthly revenue or sales of at least 3,000 kwacha and above. And this is being asked for because we would like to make sure that what you are doing is consistent. Now, you could have made this 3,000 kwacha over a period of 3 months. When you do your primarily make big chunks of money over a period of time. So what you could do then is that you could actually simply do a division of however that lump sum figure that you make either once a year or twice a year or 3 times a year, divide it by a particular value to see the number of months that you make it through, and determine how much it comes down to per month. If it hits above 3,000 kwacha per month, then you qualify. You qualify. So this is either sales or revenue of 3,000 kwacha or above qualifies you, and you are doing any form of business which is legal. Let me make that disclaimer. Legal business. So you're doing any form of legal business. You are either alone in the business, or you are the two of you, or you are the three of you. You're running a salon, you're running a barber shop, you are running an IT business, you are running a printing business, any form of business that you may be running, you are more than welcome to apply. Which countries are we targeting? We are open to Southern and Eastern Africa, Zambia, Malawi, Namibia, Botswana, all the way to Rwanda. You can apply through the links that we'll be sharing. Every one of people in those areas is definitely welcome. And like I said, if you have a teachable heart and have a vision, for kingdom impact, to simply mean that you really just want to use your life as well as also the business that you have as a conduit or as a vehicle for helping and changing people's lives. Now, that can be done in different ways. And if you are open to learning how that can be done, then this is a place for you. In the first cohort, we had 31 applications, 12 interviews, five to six or seven of them fully successful, others shortly done, and others out of the 12 not completely done because of people struggling, especially those who are outside the country. And we then had 6 people actually join in, and none of those 6 businesses fell off. Every one of them went through and actually graduated a month or so ago. And one of the interesting things is that for us, in some places, people would like to have as many people joining in the program. We usually look for 5 to 20 people max per cohort, because we would like to be very, very personal in how we share the knowledge, and as well as also how we assist people. We also want to be hands-on in what you are doing in your organization. Therefore, it is of interest that for now, we don't have too many people. The program runs for 2 months. And so it starts in June, for example, and we primarily meet on Saturdays. So 2 times in each month, making it 4 times. There will be need for extra additions that will be communicated in time. But usually we hold these classes online and physical. Online is to also cater for people who are not in Zambia. But also for those who are unable to make it on a particular day, we sometimes also allow them to come through online. For physical meetings, we primarily met at Standard Chartered building near Addis Ababa roundabout, and this is where as well we'll be meeting for the classes that are coming in June. So what are you going to learn? What is it that you're going to be able to pick up from the classes that we are going to be having? Is that first of all, there will be a conversation on how God looks at prosperity and what's his definition of prosperity, and what is our role in it. What does God feel in relation to us desiring to be prosperous? And I would like to tell you in advance, spoiler alert, is that God wants us to be prosperous. So you don't have to be afraid of that. God wants us to be prosperous in all ways, and therefore we'll see a little bit more on how that looks like. Then after that, we'll get into what is called strategic planning. One of God's abilities to plan, think, and look ahead of what he desires. I can give us so many examples. For example, when Adam and Eve sinned, God right there told them the vision. The vision was that going forward, for you, Satan, who has caused this problem, there is a seed which will be born. That is vision. That is being strategic. That is looking into the future and saying, these are the things we would have planned out that we would want to happen. So, the same way, can you do that for your business? And how do you do it in the right way? The same way that big organizations actually get to do it, you also do it for your business at the level appropriate to you. Similarly, when we come to business systems, is that you have the opportunity to actually plan out your business systems. And this is what we learned that God used to make sure that he makes the earth in 6 days and rest on the seventh day and be at rest forever till today. It's because of business systems. So we will learn how do we build our business systems? How do you build your accounting systems? How do you build your sales systems? How do you build the overall business system so that you can be slightly more flexible and grow with rest and not be pressured all the time in your business? The other thing is we will also learn on leadership. And leadership, which is leading yourself, as well as also being able to lead other people in your team. There are some skills that you need to have to be very effective on that. Then we will talk about oversubscribed selling, some key marketing and sales strategies on how you can be able to not be chasing clients, but how can they also be attracted to you and then be able to grow your number of transactions. And finally, we will obviously look at something I alluded to, which is business numbers. And this is something very critical because a lot of times as business owners, we record transactions in tools, digital tools sometimes, which I love. But if I asked you a question, if you could be able to actually tell me the status of your business right now from a dashboard perspective, how do things look like? Are you healthy or are you unhealthy? Are you growing? Usually, a lot of young businesses can't answer some of those minor questions. And these are things that we are going to look at and determine how you can easily build such tools. And you have support from people in making sure that this is being done. When you are doing these trainings, you will have, as I indicated, either physical or online trainings where a session to explain to you by an instructor will happen for close to about a total of 3 hours with breaks, and then questions and answers will be allowed, and then a time for you to interact as a business. If you came with your team members, will be given for you to interact as yourselves, as well as also with the instructor. And then after that, you still have the opportunity to go and give some feedback online to answer and fill in templates using a book, manual, or templates to fill in the responses in relation to your business so that you can be building a tool set that after the whole entire training is done, you have your business in one place. And you know that in this document or in this folder of documents on my laptop is everything I need for me to completely run my business in a way that is required. So these are the 6 power modules that will assist us to achieve that. And we will be looking forward for those who will make it for you to be able to participate in there. And this is the timeline that we have starting today. We have our applications that are still running right now. Today we have an information session. And then if you look at that, first applications end on the 2nd of June. On the 6th of June, second applications end. First applications, then second applications, then a selection committee looks at what the people have applied with, and then interviews are conducted, registration ends, and then orientation is done by the 21st of June, and the first class begins. So we kindly encourage that you make sure that you do your application as soon as possible after this meeting so that you are able to be considered for this. Now, the benefits of why you should join this is that, first of all, you will be empowered by people who will not be talking stories, but people who have experience, people who have been able to walk the business space as instructors. Like I said, personally, I've been in the business space for about 10 years now, which is almost a decade. There are others who are instructors who have been in this for 12 years, others 20 years. And all of us in total as instructors, you would find that we have got different experiences. We have got experiences in business from different areas. And we are all willing to come and share our mistakes, the lessons we have gotten, and far much more, the ways in which that God would like us to, to do things. Then secondly, we have mentors. So we have lined up a group of mentors in different areas of expertise. Is that then that during the trainings or during the cohort period, you have the opportunity to reach out to a mentor and ask questions and have a 1-hour session with them online and just talk to them and learn about different things that would be helpful for your business, or anywhere where something is blocked that you feel like you need somebody to assist you with. We also have Kingdom Community. You can join a supportive community, the alumni, ourselves, as well as also the mentors. All this is creating a kingdom community for everybody, but also the practical tools that we are going to be giving you. There's a website that you'll be using. You will log in. You'll be able to create your account there. You can respond to your to queries. You can make queries, but as well as also respond to templates, do action activities that you are requested to do, and as well as also be able to find materials that you can read for further understanding of concepts that are shared with you. On the far end of things is that we have faith-based training and conferences. So meaning that we also will be holding what looks like seminars, conferences that are scheduled once or twice in a year, and you as a student will be one of the people that will be given the opportunity to actually join in these conferences, in actually managing it and seeing to it that you are able to participate in different ways. And also it becomes a platform for us to be a blessing to the kingdom, as we clearly indicated that we are looking at growing the communities and being impactful and not just making things about us. So this is also a good platform for you to be able to do that. And last but not the least is that the applications are going to be done online, and you can actually find them on that link that is seen there, and the other link will also be shared in the chats, or also in the WhatsApp groups where we are found. The application fee is non-refundable. It's $10. You can convert that to a currency of choice wherever you are, and there are local payments being shown right there. But we will also share a payment link for Flutterwave, which you can use if you want to pay with your card if you are not in Zambia. And once you have been accepted, you have gone through all the vetting as well as also the interviews, is that you'll be then given an opportunity to once you are accepted, you can then be able to actually pay for your acceptance and fully, which is also the amount that is used for the whole entire time of the course. So the course is not completely expensive as far as we are aware. That is should be in a range of 3,000 kwacha for those who are in Zambia, and you can convert that to your own currency. But if you look at the kind of material that is actually being shared, I think this is something that is unprecedented and godly blessed for those who are actually looking at learning and growing their businesses at rest. So, sports are limited and competitive. Apply early for consideration. So, let's build with purpose. Connect with a community of people. Once you get equipped with information, knowledge, and all, and how to grow your business, then you turn into somebody that is impactful in your community because you yourself have in abundance, therefore you have enough to share with others. So with all this said, please apply right away today. Go to the website or the links that will be shared, and let's build with God. Let's build for legacy. You can call that number there as well if you have any queries, and we'll be able to assist you. Thank you very much. I'd like to, at this point in time, allow us to ask any questions. Chikuni Matutu, do we have any question from you? Were you able to understand everything?
No, I have no questions from me. I've understood everything you've said.
All right, thank you very much. Are we going to be seeing your application?
Yes, you will.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. I think if that is said, is there any feedback from Iso, Sunday, and Taonga?
No feedback from me at the moment.
All right. So thank you very much, everybody. We call it a day. Have a wonderful day and looking forward to our applications. We'll share the link in the groups as well for the video, those that may need it. All right. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining in.